Hello and welcome to Garden of Luma, where I provide you with tips for growing edibles in hot climates. Hello everybody, Joe here with Garden of Luma. In today's video, we're going to talk a little bit more about fruit trees that should be losing leaves right now in the winter months. It's December 1st here in the Phoenix, Arizona area. It's 34 degrees right now in my yard, so it's a little bit chilly. We've had a couple different cold snaps, and so right now you should be getting ready for winter and what you're doing to cold protect those tropical types of fruit trees. But in today's video, tropical fruit trees don't really apply. We're talking more about those temperate fruit trees that do drop and shed their leaves in the winter. I see a lot of new gardeners here or first-time fruit tree growers here in the Phoenix, Arizona area that panic a little bit when they start seeing yellow leaves and leaf drop, leaves that don't look too pretty this time of the year or changing colors, and haven't had that experience of growing up in a cooler or colder climate where this is typically normal for trees in general. Deciduous types of trees that lose their leaves in the winter months and go dormant and just rest for a while to store energy for that next year's growth. And so we're gonna go in the backyard now and take a look at some fruit trees that should be losing leaves now and talk about those types of trees and which ones you should be having leaf drop on right now. So let's go check it out.
Okay, so here's my pomegranate tree here. And as you can see, a lot of the leaves are starting to yellow right now. And this is perfectly normal for this time of the year. It's December 1st. It is winter months now. This will completely defoliate in the winter and go dormant. So don't be alarmed by seeing this type of thing with certain trees. This is a good thing. You should be seeing this. You should be seeing leaf drop, yellow, orange, red, different colors on a lot of these different types of trees. The temperate fruit trees, the stone fruit types of fruit trees. So don't be alarmed when you see this. I know we're in Arizona, so we're a little bit warmer than a lot of part of the country. And if you've grown up here or mostly lived in warmer climates, you're not necessarily used to seeing what we call in the Midwest or cooler climates, those fall colors or leaf drop on trees. So if you're new to growing fruit trees here in Arizona and you're starting to see this type of thing in the wintertime, November, December, January, don't be alarmed on certain fruit trees. You can see next to it here is my jujube tree, which is completely bare already. This tends to be one of the first trees to lose all its leaves in the winter, and then one of the last trees to wake up. So again, if you see this on certain types of fruit trees, this is perfectly normal. Behind it, as I move a little bit closer, is my peach tree. And this is another tree. You can see some brown, reddish, orangish type of leaves there. This is another tree that will completely go dormant, and you want these to actually lose their leaves because they need some chill hour throughout the winter time to produce a good crop of fruit for the next year. So peach trees, jujube trees, pomegranates, plums, apples, cherries, mulberries, things like your blackberries, blueberries, those types of fruit trees will go dormant and lose leaves in the winter. Right next to it, my fig tree, you can see again some yellowing leaves. Here, these will start dropping off. This will go completely bare. Fig trees also go dormant in the winter. So if you have some of those types of trees in your yard and you're seeing leaf drop, yellowing, don't be alarmed, don't panic. That's totally natural for these types of trees. They're deciduous, they lose their leaves. And this is what you should be seeing. There are also some types of trees that you may be growing that are semi-deciduous. Here is my Ademoya tree. These will also start to yellow throughout the winter and shed some of its leaves. It should never go completely bare like this jujube for a long period of time, but it will eventually drop most of its leaves, moving closer to springtime when it starts putting out new growth. So again, if these types of trees, some of these subtropicals, drop all their leaves at one time and look like this, then you have cause for concern. But if you start seeing some yellowing, I'll show you my container grown Ademoya here. Here you go. So this one looks a little bit rougher. And this is normal when it starts getting cold. It starts looking more beat up. It'll start dropping some of these leaves, some of these older leaves. And then you'll start seeing a lot of the new foliage start coming out in the springtime as we warm up. So don't be too alarmed if some of these types of semi-deciduous trees like your Annonas look a little bit more beat up as we go through the winter months. You'll still want to take precaution against the cold when we start getting below freezing temps. But now as we dip into the cooler nights, the low 40s, upper 30s, you should start seeing things like this with these types of trees. And you'll also want to cut back on some of the watering as well so they don't rot. Alright, check me out at gardenofluma.com for more tips on gardening and growing fruit trees, especially in hot, dry climates. Thanks for watching.